cheated on test?
Yes.
How many times?
I don't know.
This week.
Since you're not playing Friday night, are you going to come up and be All right, Austin. Let's take it to the house, as they say. When you sleep, do you have a fan on or off?
On.
Books or e-books?
E-books.
Motorcycles or bicycles?
Bicycles.
Sweaters or hoodies?
Hoodies.
Dine in or delivery?
Dine in.
Would you rather work alone or be a part of a team?
Be part of a team.
You like camping or binge watching shows at home?
Camping.
Classic art or modern art?
I don't really like art.
Card game or board game?
Card.
You ever cheated on a test?
Yes.
Would you do it again?
I don't know.
Chemistry's hard.
How much are you going to win by Friday night?
I don't know. We'll see whenever Fat Lady sings.
All right, give it. You not got a score?
I think it'll be close regardless what it is. Hopefully we're coming out on top, but I ain't going to give out a score because I don't know.
So, again, the value, I think the win will come if the backs of their jerseys are muddy. Is that a good assessment? If we can't tell the numbers by the fourth quarter, it's a Gate City victory for sure. All right, guys. We'll let you all go, and again, want to say thank you all very much for being a part of us, for letting us to be able to do this. And, again, we want to say thank you all, and good luck Friday night. We'll be there. We'll be your biggest supporters, win, lose, or draw. So we do thank you. Coach, anything you –
Thank y'all for everything you've done this year for us. I mean, we really appreciate it. It's good for people to get to know the kids, and, you know, I really appreciate what y'all do.
Well, we appreciate you coming down every Wednesday and putting up with our stuff.
Antics. But, again, like I said, hopefully we'll have about 4 more of these shows. Now, the last question I'll end with, if by chance, state title does come to Gate City here in December, do we get rings? Does Chris?
We'll cross that bridge if we get there.
Not a yes. Why? No, I'm just kidding.
Don't want to put the cart before the horse.
All righty. So we'll take a quick break. Again, thank you guys for being here with us. We'll take a quick break. On the flip side of it, we'll start getting into this a little bit more. We'll talk about the Southwest Virginia and Upper East Tennessee games from last week. So a lot more here on the Blue Devil Live weekly radio show. Again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Are you ready to retire? Or are you currently retired and not happy with your investments? Are you looking for a retirement specialist that cares about you and your needs? Look no further than James River Advisors. Our local office in Gate City is managed by Edwin Cox, and he is ready to take care of all of your needs. He believes in establishing long-lasting relationships with his clients based on trust. Edwin is ready to take care of your financial planning needs, college planning, investments, and much, much more. Give him a call today at 276-690-8014. Again, that's 276-690-8014. He's located at 122 East Jackson Street next to Dollar General in Gate City. With over 100 offices throughout Virginia, you can count on your local Virginia Farm Bureau insurance agents to be there when you need them most. Whether you find yourself in a fender bender, insuring your first home, or with a new addition to the family, our agents are ready to help you through every stage of life. Connect with your local agents, Whitney McConnell, Richard Helms, and David Weddick here in Scott County at 386-7411 or online at vafb.com. Coverage provided by Virginia Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company and their affiliates. Whether you're headed out to the game or if you're looking for something great to eat, stop by and see your friends at the Campus Drive-In just down the road from Gate City High School on Kane Street. They have a tremendous selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items, and they're open 7 days a week. Campus Drive-In has supported Blue Devil Sports for over 60 years, and once again, they are the proud sponsors of our halftime show here on Gate City Sports Radio. Please follow them on Facebook and place your call-in orders by dialing 276-386-3702. Again, that's 276-386-3702.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
All right, and we are back here live from the Campus Drive-In on Kane Street.
Well, Joe, now we've totally divided the team, alienated some players. What else can we do tonight?
Well, let's go over. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, there's no FCC regulations. We're off the rails. All right, so anyway, let's talk a little bit about Northeast Tennessee again. Northeast Tennessee started playoffs last week. The TSSAA, there were some upsets across the state. We'll go through that a little bit more here in just a few minutes. But, Chris, you've got a few that we want to highlight to start off.
Yeah, I've got 6 games I wanted to make mention of. They lost the last 2 weeks, but Dobyns-Bennett was able to get things righted Friday night. They took care of William Blount 35-7. And actually managed to drag Joe to that game since Gate City was off. It's kind of interesting switching gears and going back to just being a fan. But Dobyns-Bennett quarterback Zane Whitson threw for 4 touchdowns. Philip Armitage scored 3 times as the Indians rolled into the second round of the playoffs. I personally didn't think DB looked as sharp as they did earlier in the season when I saw him play, but they were able to shut down a Blount team whose most effective play was a varied snap count. That earned DB, I believe it was 3 offside penalties.
It could have been called for some more. So.
Whitson finished 15-20 in passing with 223 yards. He has 21 touchdown passes to 1 interception this season. I thought that was a really impressive stat. Dobyns-Bennett hosts Bearden this Friday night. Earlier in the season, they beat Bearden 39-14.
Yeah, it's hard to beat somebody twice in a season, but again, I think the Indians, as you said, they came through that 2-game gauntlet with Alcoa, and of course the loss with Science Hill, and I think I think they figured some things out. Plus, they've had some struggles in the last few years, so to get that one off the slide, sort of be, if you will, and then get to the second round against a team that you know a little bit more about. Of course, a win this Friday would set up a possible matchup at J. Fred with the 4,000-time state champion.
16-time Maryville Rebels. That's a tough row to hoe right there.
But get them at J. Fred on a cold night in November. You never know what may happen.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we'll get to that point. This one really shocked me. Knox Central 24, David Crockett 14. I don't know what's happened to Crockett. The last month has not been kind to them at all. Crockett led early in this one, 14-0, and then Central did all the scoring the rest of the game. Crockett senior quarterback Cade Larkins finished 13 for 34 in passing with 176 yards and a touchdown pass. So he wound up with 176 yards. He needed 249 to break the state's all-time passing record. Came up just short. He had a big week, though. I saw on Twitter he signed with East Tennessee State. So hopefully he'll be airing it up out there in Johnson City.
Staying close to home. Of course, you're talking about that ball game, and I heard somebody talking about the with Boone, and they sort of had the game plan be very, very physical with those receivers and knock them off their timing, because a lot of that were dependent on the passing game by Larkins. And when they weren't able to do that, of course, like I said, in that ball game, the Musket Bowl, there was a lot of weather. That was the first time they really, and of course, a lot of motion. So, as you said, though, I wish they kept on playing, because again, such a great season to lose the last 4. But
yeah, in this game, something that really caught my eye. And I really think this was the difference in the game. Central scored right before halftime to make it 14-7, then took the ball in the second half and went on a drive that ate up over half the clock in the third quarter, scored, and I think that just wore out Crockett's defense. And then a 62-yard punt return that they had didn't help any. This week, Knox Central hosts Gibbs High, which upset Tennessee High last week. There's a lot of big upsets. Speaking of upsets, in a good way for East Tennessee, Sullivan South 28, East Hamilton 24. Julian Reed carried 36 times for 248 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the Rebels' defense stopped the Hurricanes inside the 5-yard line in the fourth quarter to hang on for the win. A little reminiscent of Tennessee-Kentucky there. Mm-hmm. South led 21-7 at halftime, but they let Hamilton claw their way back into the game to 21-17 before Reed had a 15-yard touchdown run. So all this victory did was earn South the right to a rematch with Elizabethton this week. That game has the potential to be epic. Elizabethton beat South 14-13 a couple of weeks ago on a blocked extra point attempt.
Going to be a great ball game here coming up as we've got somebody, a special guest has stopped by. Mr. Pat, how are you?
I'm good. How are you all this evening?
Doing well, doing well. All right, so talk to us a little bit about the warehouse. You got a special event coming up. Also, we're going to talk about the hours. You're all going to change a little bit as we get to winter time. So
Yeah. Here at the campus, we'll probably be closing at 8 o'clock before long through the winter. Gate City being a small town, the roller streets up at dark, so we'll be going to 8 o'clock on closing. The warehouse, we've got we're going to have a show on Friday, December the 13th. It's let's see, what is she called that? I can't remember what she called it now.
the horror of holidays, or
Happy Horror Days.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
That's it. Ho, ho, oh no, Happy Horror Days.
Okay, there we go.
That's, like I say, December the 13th, 7 to whenever. And it's, you get admission. The admission price is $15, and that gets you in. That's to the show itself, to the attraction, and 2 games. So we'll be running axe throwing, a haunted slant on the old basketball shooting trick, and paintball. So you get 2 of the 3 of those.
That's coming up December the 13th.
7 o'clock.
Again, same location.
Same location,
So
313 Legion Street,
So again,
River City.
make your plans to come out. It's going to be a great night. Now, after that, everything
Yeah, we're done for the winter, and then we'll have a St. Patrick's Day show in March.
Oh wow,
So,
going to be a year-round event, or
Well,
before too long.
our I'll have to say our fan base down there, they're all about haunted attractions, and we like to give them something a little bit throughout the year, till Halloween season gets here. So.
And again, so now are you all closing on getting back to the campus? You all are closing on Sundays?
We are closing on Sundays here at the campus now. Just for the simple reason Rachel and I need a break. That's as simple as that.
At least you're honest. So,
There's a guy hollered and said, "Have you got something broke down?" I said, "No, do you get a day off during the week?" He said, "I got you covered, pal." So just got to have a day off.
so again, make sure that everybody puts that on their calendars. December the 13th to head out again to the warehouse for ho ho, holly holly ho ho.
Ho, ho, oh no.
Oh, okay, holy holy.
Happy Horror Days.
Now say that 10 times fast.
Yeah, there you go.
All righty.
You guys do a great job. You guys talk about everybody else, what a great job you do. I listen to you guys. I'm always working evening shifts, so I don't get to go to the ball games. You two do an awesome job.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So.
Appreciate that.
Joe covers up my mistakes.
That
No,
half
indeed.
this damn time we'll get you a cup of coffee. So
Well, thank you, Pat.
We appreciate it. We
you,
really
buddy.
do.
Thank you
Thank
for what
you.
you do. All righty. So, again, Pat Elliott, owner of the campus, always like to, when he's got a free minute, to sit down and talk to us. So, as like sands through hourglass, these are the days of our lives. So, next ball game coming up, Chris.
Well, next one was not really a surprise, I've got to say, but it's still pretty satisfying to me. Maryville 42, Science Hill 0.
The team from Johnson City, as was announced, the name is never called.
Well, I'm going to quote Douglas Fritz of the Johnson City Press. Perhaps the only thing colder than the weather was Maryville's heart. And the only merciful thing about this game from Science Hill's standpoint was the fact it ended in 1 hour and 56 minutes. That's how he kind of began his article.
So, okay, well, that's enough of that game.
Well, yeah, the 16-time champs took control of this game with the coin toss. They never looked back. Maryville outgained Science Hill 200.